It's like Metro groupies on me.
It's Madden NFL 24.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
Got it. Ready? And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They're sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 18 carries, 60 yards.
It's been a strong season for him thus far, sitting currently 7th in the NFL in rushing. He gives their offense really good flexibility because if he's gashing a defense, they can ride him to an early lead. But the defense sells out to stop him, that opens up their passing game.
3rd and 1, Stroud.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Stroud now on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Ready?
Stroud now on 1st and 10. They'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Meanwhile, Stroud's throw taken in by Collins. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
Robinson up the middle.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
The Texans at 7-5 now in the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in there.
Touchdown, Texans!
Nico Collins.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Brooks. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. It's Brooks trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. This is taken at about the 14. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, the one he was after there.
And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
When you look at this defense,
they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers, takeaways they call it. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
That's complete. It's Collins. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Stroud out of the gun here.
Flushed out right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
C.J. Stroud.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it was C.J. Stroud who finished off that drive with the touchdown run.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's running lanes non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. That one goes for 24 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's got it. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3.
44.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Sanders' kick is good. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a 14-3 advantage already, we'll see how much they want to try to push things, if at all. That one complete. It's Tank Dell. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
This is caught inside the 15. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Stroud working out of the gun. This is caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brevin Jordan as the first half is winding down. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive, 4 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Tua going to throw.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle.
Call it a gain of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him, unable to bring him to the ground.
Will Anderson
in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken at the 46. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Robinson. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Houston.
Bijan Robinson, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it.
And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Stroud to throw it.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That's complete to Dell.
call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside at 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Now 2nd and 5. Handoff now to Robinson.
Well, the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Robinson is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5.
Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On the give, here's Robinson.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Houston. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. After the turnover, it's Tua. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
From the gun, it's Tua. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brooks. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Up the middle they go. Brooks. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now Tua. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Brooks. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
No sign of Tua departing. 4th down. They're going for it. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tua picked by his former college teammate, Christian Harris.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances. And that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Tua completing this to Waddle. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Tua. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and a yard.
Tua to throw again. That's pulled in by Brooks. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. Tua sets up to pass it.
This ball taken in here by Brooks.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Dolphins first down, it would appear. And yes, the chain gang going to move the sticks. They take a risk on 4th and 4, but they get it by a full yard.
Looking to pass. Tua.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Oh, good return up past the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
On second down, another shot for Robinson.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Robinson.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go